gotta believe.
Hello folks, how's everybody doing out there today? Well, this year's version, 2024's version of the Saskatchewan Roughriders are in the books. They've decided who they're going to keep and who they're not going to keep and who to put on the practice roster. So there was some interesting developments, but I wasn't really too surprised with any of them actually. There's a couple with receivers, of course, and linebackers, which was, I knew were going to be the tough choices because there was a lot of good talent there to keep. And but the one that I guess people are most surprised with is Mason Fine. I've stated on here before that he wasn't my favorite, so I'm not hurt by it, and I'm not really surprised. He's had his 3 years of being here and didn't step up to the plate, and he was just average in his pre-games, and like I said, I'm not really that surprised. Or Pipkin, I don't know why he's still showing on the roster, but they say he's cut. And I'm happy for Cone. You know, the reps he got, he showed that he can stick around, and he's happy to be on the practice roster. And that's a good thing. I like the prospect of that guy. And see how Patterson does if Harris does go down. I'm sure they might be looking for another quarterback to bring in to look at and put on the practice roster. I suppose the only question about Fine is why keep him over Dalagala, and I'm sticking to my theory on that one. I've told people at camp and elsewhere that might even say it on here. I think O'Day didn't want to put that much cash out for a backup quarterback, and this might be still related to what happened to them cutting Fine now, but that's what I'm thinking. Dalagala was asking too much money over Fine, and he said see you later. And Dalagala, I watched the preseason out there, he didn't actually do too bad, although he did throw 2 interceptions to about the exact same spot on the field. Anyway, back to the cuts here. I'd like to cut it off again. That train went by again, noisy thing. All these trees around here doesn't even kill the sound. It's just they're looking good around here with the rain we've been getting. Anyway, the other one is Lennius, another guy. If you watch my videos, I was not surprised that they cut. I called that a while ago, you know. It's been 3 years since he really did anything for the Riders. And then I go to camp again this year and no Lennius. Like, you can't be dinged up all the time and keep a roster spot. They'll be using, Picton will get a lot of good chances there now, and who knows, they might even dress Ajo. Give that kid a chance. And another surprise a bit is putting Frankie Hickson on the practice roster over that Ratkovich. And I called that one too. I really liked how that kid ran the ball. You know, he had 2-3 plays that you sort of can't teach a running back. You know, one, he got the pass dumped over the center of the field and 2 guys are right on him, and then boom, he's gone. He loses both their jock straps on the field and he's gone. It was an excellent move. And plus, when he ran into the pack, he didn't run into the pack like Hickson seems to do. He always thinks he can bowl everybody over and push his lineman ahead and they go nowhere. But he sees there's no hole, give her a quick roll out of there and get going. So I'm not really surprised with that move either. I suppose the only other one that sort of I wonder about is Geronimo Allison. And I like that guy, but I knew there'd be some tough cuts out there. Really hope they can keep him on speed dial, just in case these other guys don't work out. They kept that Keeson Johnson out there for wide receiver, and Deontay Myers on the practice roster, which they all showed good, you know. And then they even convinced that Robitelli, I think his name is, that new guy they just brought in, a wide receiver on the practice roster. So they've got options there. And the linebacker cuts, like Fago, like they had high hopes for him, but I don't know, maybe he's got better options than sitting on a practice roster. And you don't get much pay sitting on a practice roster unless you can get on the actual roster. I'm sure he's got better opportunities down south and with the Navy. And the guys they kept showed up pretty good. That McLean and Allen, you know, they both showed pretty good. Hi. Hi there. Hi, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh, you don't like me? Okay, come on. And there should be all right there. They got Thurman in the middle. The other linebackers out there, they had picked up Avery, Canadian. He'll play the weak side linebacker. Who's the other? Oh, Eclair. And to tell you the truth, I liked how Eclair looked better than on the preseason than Avery. And then on the other side, well, Thurman in the middle, and then on the other side will probably be either Rivas or Clements. You know, that Rivas didn't, he was hurt some of the camp, but he did come back. And that Clements is in there, which is pretty good options. We'll see how they do. I suppose the only other one that I really question is Lacombo out there at cornerback. He's a Canadian, plus if you can get a guy playing that position, it's a big plus. Yeah, it'll be hard to say what's gonna happen out there in the corners, to tell you the honest truth. Like, you got Williams, he did pretty good out there last year for him. I'm glad for the kid. But Lacombo's gonna be on the other side. Of course, we'll have Milligan there probably at the left halfback, and I'm thinking maybe Fields and the other halfback, him or that number 25 he was. They kept that Antonio Brooks too, junior. You know, he could go in there if they have trouble there. And then of course Dulkey at safety. And then in the middle we'll have Mika Johnson and Lanier on the line playing nose tackle. And defensive end, here's a spot that I kind of wonder about, really. Big time, actually. We're always just at 1 second slow getting at the quarterback. And we'll have Cox on the one side. Then we'll have Carney, they picked up on the other side, with probably backup with Albright. I really don't know. I really think, you know, that Cox, he might get replaced with a Canadian, that Corte Moore. He's actually not too bad, and that gives us more Canadian options. That's one good thing about the team this year. We've got fairly good options at the Canadian talent, which is a big plus. You need to have different options because you can really raise havoc if you have Canadians going down at certain positions and you don't have anybody to replace them. Another guy I was glad they kept was Joe Couch in the practice, the kicker. That guy can really boot him. I think if they'd let him go, someone would have grabbed him. And another guy that's on the practice roster is that Daniel Johnson, our draft pick, Canadian draft pick we picked up there. I told him at the green and white game, keep digging hard, buddy. I said, you'd be a dream come true if you can end up being our starting defensive ends. You know, that'd be a real plus. And he got some rotations in there. Oh, another one on the defensive line. I thought maybe Brown would have a bit of competition with that Saunders. I didn't mind that Saunders. He's built like a pit bull and sort of reminds me of the Merino type build, and real tough looking inside there, and he did had some major push inside, so they've got him on the practice roster, but glad they kept him around. Now we go to my pet peeve of all, offensive line. Hi. Oh, ride. Oh, Ride likes that one. You like that doggy, Rod? Oh, you liked that doggy, didn't you? Yeah, my pet peeve on the offensive line, we'll get into that. Like, still got Godbart center, Blake and Furlan at the guards, and Reed, he took over the left tackle position, and right tackle we got our big boy Hardrick over there. Shouldn't cause us too much grief. And they kept Brammer on the practice roster. He's basically our only American backup I can see anyway. Like, here's my pet peeve. Like, why does O'Day say he signs all these guys, offensive guy, linemen, and none of them show up? Like, the one I was really looking forward to seeing was Ponder, I think it is. Like, he had some good credentials and no show. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand it. Like, what did the guy say? Oh, I'll be up there, and then he heads to the pub and said, I'm not in good enough shape, or I don't know. I know they don't have to give us any answers, but sure like to know why you pick somebody up and they don't show. Hawkins was another one. Kind of glad he didn't show. He pissed around last year on and off, gone for family matters, and then takes a few snaps and then he's gone. The other guy, the hell's his name? Jordan Tucker. Yeah, like, I kind of knew writing on the wall with him. At camp, I'd watch him, and in the preseason, he tried to get faster, you know, like he lost a bunch of weight and tried to get faster, but his footwork is just poor. Like, to me, it is anyway. Like, I just even watch him doing his calisthenics, you know, when you have to stretch and bounce on one foot. He loses balance, and anybody that's played those positions knows your center of gravity is prime. You have to have good center of gravity, and he just didn't seem to have it. Sad but true, but because he sure did give it a hard try and lost all that weight. But like I said, my peeve is, why didn't we have more selection? I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to rely on that Reed and hope he can hold them off on that side. And we've got pretty good backups for Canadian offensive linemen. Yeah, one got caught, Evan Florin, but the other guys, they did pretty good in the preseason, I figured. Yeah, that offensive lineman Zur and Schweber, and they kept Zach Fry also. We got pretty good backup there, because you can assure someone's going to go down in the middle. Yeah, then we go to quarterback Harris. Season relying on him staying healthy. Everybody knows that. But I'm quite confident with that Patterson can step up. and worst to worst, you know, Cone come in there, give him some reps. I don't know, during games, I don't know why when you're up a whole pile they don't use the backup more often, you know. I guess they're worried about blowing them big lead or something. But and then we got all that running back. He isn't gonna hurt us, and if we can get some good run blocking, it'll be a big deal on first down. It's nice to get about 6 yards every first down at least, and he's good at catching passes and out in the flats and stuff. But yeah, we got that Roughriders. I'm excited to see him. I'm sure he's going to be on the starting roster, and you need a backup running back, and I'm excited to see him this year. And of course we got Bain. The other guy I was sort of worried and didn't know if they'd keep was Stern. You know, that must have been a close fight whether to keep him or not. He did come out and played pretty steady when he was in there, so I guess they gave him no reason to cut him. And we got Shake and Bake out there. Picton, like I said, he's gonna get a lot more snaps. That'll be interesting where that develops this season. Our Canadian content for receivers, Amelis and Shake and Bake, Picton. We got that is Hughes in there, and that one guy, oh, he's on the injured list now, Busby. You know, he might even be able to play some snaps. Ryder, where are you? Come on, let's go. Get out of there, come on. Ryder's enjoying it out here today. She's green as the color, that's for sure. You know, really greened up here in Saskatchewan. Everything greened up except for the uniforms. These new retro uniforms, I'm here nor there with them. They look pretty cool, and they might get some younger crowd in the stadium. But I don't care one way or the other. I care who fills the uniforms more than the color of the uniforms. I wish they'd actually go, what do you use, black. I like black. Black, your team always looks bigger than they really are. And I liked them. I thought they looked pretty good. Well, I'm sure I missed a lot here. I had a lot. The video's getting long enough. I'll cut her off here and make another one here when we get closer to the starting lineup. I've sort of picked which ones I think are going to be there, but I'd be wrong. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm happy I was right about those three guys, though. Fine and Lennius and Hickson. All the surprises didn't even shock me one bit. And comment down below, who do you think they should have kept? Any of you fine lovers, where do you think is going to happen to him? I think somebody will pick him up, but who knows? They got the tape on him. And comment down below. I really enjoy the comments, and get a discussion going here. I don't disagree or agree with anybody really. Everybody's got their opinion, and a lot of them are smarter than me, that's for sure. Oh, and who's going to be my 500th subscriber? I'm sitting at $4.99 when I left the house. Man, that dream come true for me. A dream come true for me. 500, get 500 subscribers. Put a smile on my face. Again, I'd like to thank everybody that's hit that subscribe and puts up with this old timer yakking on the camera here. I participate more in the forums, but my spelling is terrible. I flunked grammar and spelling all through school, so I knew how to talk, so I decided to use the camera. Anyway, thanks again for everybody that watches, especially the people that watch to the end and don't give up after the first 2 minutes. And should be an interesting season, folks, that's for sure. A whole new look for the riders, a whole new look for the coaching staff, and there's high hopes out there. I'm one of them. I think we got a chance this year of getting in them playoffs, and that's the goal for me. Get in the playoffs, compete every game. That's all you can ask for. Have a good club to go cheer for, because you got a lot of loyal Rider fans hoping for you out there and cheering for you. Hope we have a good season. Anyway, till next time, go Riders, go.